friends, welcome to my channel and welcome to a book haul. I made a commitment at the beginning of the year that I wasn't going to buy any more books unless it was my book of the month, and then I only wanted to buy one book of the month. And that went out of the window like second month of the year. I just started getting the 3 books. And I was like, you know what? If I only get 3 books a month, that's really not that bad. But you know how it is. And I've acquired books other ways. I don't think I went totally overboard, but I'm not super proud of the amount of books that I have brought in lately because I have run out of space in a big way. So, you know what? Let's get into the books that I've bought. One day, I'm not really sure why. I don't really know what happened or why I was feeling a certain way, but I really wanted to go to Books A Million and just check out their bargain book section. And that's what I did. And these are those books. First up, we have a Nearly Normal Family by M.T. Edverson. I am not sure where I've seen this before, but I know I've seen it before. I know it's a thriller. It's a father's faith, a daughter's loyalty, a mother's ethics, the shocking murder accusation that tests a nearly normal family. Love domestic thrillers. I don't remember where I've seen this before, but I'm intrigued. Then we got The Night Tiger by Yangsze Choo. I am a sucker. I don't know why this has a hold on me. I think it's just because she's read a couple books in her book club that have ended up being some of my favorites. Obviously, Where the Crawdads Sing, Daisy Jones, things like that. And I'm just like, maybe I do trust Reese, and maybe I do want to read what Reese reads. So I bought this. I don't actually know what it's about. I've definitely seen it other places. This is a fairly popular novel, and when I saw it in the bargain book section, I was like, okay, she pretty, let's go. This one was exciting because it was on my list. This is The Fountains of Silence by Ruta Sepetys. Ruta Sepetys, I've read one book from her, and that is The Salt to the Sea. And I was so fucking in love with that book. I've always wanted to read more from her and just never did. And then she brought out this, and it was on my library checkout list. It was on my Books A Million Book of the Month list, and I found it for like $5-6 and was like, let's do that. And then I bought this, and I don't know why I bought this because I've really never been that drawn to reading this. Obviously, this is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I find this to be a very polarizing read. I know a lot of people who really liked this, and I know a lot of people who were like, this was really disappointing. So here I am, owning it, and being unsure as to why I do. The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I fucking loved The Night Circus. And I heard that this is a book about books, which, sign me the fuck up. I know Books and Lala did not like this book, but sometimes we agree wholeheartedly. She's like honestly how I judge all books, to be honest, and like how I make my TBRs. Very influenced by her. She's doing her job real well. This, however, I just have a feeling is one of those books that she didn't like that I'm really gonna like, so we'll see about it. This book was gifted to me by my lovely friend Sydney for my birthday. This is called If You Tell by Greg Olson. It is the true story of murder, family secrets, and the unbreakable bond of sisterhood. Love me some true crime, and she said this was really crazy and very good, so looking forward to it. This was one of those books that I was just going to check out from the library, and I was perfectly content to do so until I saw Sprayed Edges in Barnes & Noble, and it was my birthday, so I was like, you know what? Great reasoning. So I got I Killed Zoe Spanos by Kit Frick. This has called to me ever since I saw the cover for the first time. I have no idea. I don't like YA thrillers, like ever. But I have a good feeling about this one. Couldn't tell you why. I just do. Next up, we have the Book of the Month books that I got for the month of October. So first up, we have Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. This has been on my TBR in Book of the Month forever. And I was like, you know what? October's the perfect time to pick it up. Is it the perfect time to read it? Yes. Will I do that? Probably not. But I own it now, and I would like to own all of them, but I love this edition with all of my heart. So Very happy to own it now. Then I got 2 new releases. We've got Everything We Didn't Say by Nicole Bart, which I believe is a domestic thriller again. There is not much in the synopsis. You know, I always forget. I always pick my books based off of like all the little notes they give you on Book of the Month. And I got this one. I always get the thriller usually, so this is not surprising. No idea what it's about. If you do, let me know. But most of my thrillers, to be honest, I never know what it's about, and I like it that way. This, I really don't know what it is, and I'm kind of excited. This is The Perishing by Natasha Dion. A black immortal in 1930s Los Angeles seeks to recover the memory of her past in this visionary novel from NW. That's amazing. This was listed as speculative fiction in Book of the Month. I feel like I never see speculative fiction posted as a Book of the Month, so I was very excited when I saw it, and I was like, we're getting it. We are getting it. So I did, and I'm very intrigued. Next up, we have the books that I picked up from my local secondhand bookstore. I went there with my friend Sydney when she was in town, and got a little bit carried away, but not much. So I think it was a win. So this is A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles. This is obviously one of those books that was very popular with a certain group of people. That sounds like I'm like talking around it, but you know, this was a pretty popular book. It was on my TBR Book of the Month. I could get it for $7, so I did. Do I know what it's about? No, I haven't been in a historical fiction mood lately, and I think that always happens when it gets colder. Like, there's something cozy about historical fiction to me, and I just definitely want to buy it more. Then we got Tana French, The Witch Elm. I own a Tana French. It's The Woods? Is that what it's called? Something about the woods. I haven't read it, but I saw this and was like, ooh, that's a popular novel for $5. So yeah, I've never read one of her books. I now own 2, so I should probably do that sometimes. Then we have The Whisper Network by Chandler Baker. See the sticker. This I actually had checked out from the library a few years ago, and I never got around to reading it, and it has just haunted me ever since. And when I saw it for $5, I was like, okay, this is one that I've somehow checked out from the library, seen other places, and still have no idea what it's about, and I'm really happy about that, so don't ruin that for me. Then I got The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, because this is just one of those books that I hear about all the time, and I was like, this looks fun, it looks cute, and it's illustrated. This was technically full price, so it was a whole $8.99, but so cute. I don't know, there's just something like very cozy about this book, and I don't know why. It's called The Graveyard Book. Why is it cozy? Then we have The Mother-in-Law by Sally Hepworth. I've seen this around, so when I saw it at Books A Million for really cheap, I was like, you know what? I love a domestic thriller, so I'm gonna try this out. We're gonna see. It's so funny because usually when I see books like this, I immediately, especially in paperback for some reason, I'm immediately like, oh, you're just gonna be like a normal everyday thriller. But some of these have really surprised me, so I'm hoping this one will. I also just love this cover. I couldn't tell you why, but I do. Another book that I checked out from the library but don't know what it's about. This is Ask Again Yes by Mary Beth Keane. I don't know. I just remember that when this came out, a lot of people were talking about it in like the library circles. Not so much BookTube, but I do love this cover with like its whole suburbia motif. I think it's really cool because it doesn't look like that's what it is when you first look at it, and then you like focus your eyes and you're like, ooh. Obviously I'm a cover whore, so I don't know. Next up we have a book that I had checked out on audiobook. I checked it out like 4 times, and it has a wait list always that's super long, so I have to wait forever, and it's not even an audiobook. I had it checked out on ebook, which I suffered to read. And like I said, really long holds list, so every time I would forget to read it, shoved to the back of the line. I finally got into it and then I had to return it because it was due, so this is All the Single Ladies by Rebecca Traister. Unmarried Women and the Rise of an Independent Nation. From what I've read of this, I really like it. It kind of connects how a lot of women are not getting married as early or at all, and a lot of different things like that. as a single 25-year-old, sometimes I just need the reminder that I'm not alone. So then I got Helter Skelter. There was like an Amazon sale, which like, yes, I bought this from Jeff Bezos. Ugh. I think I had a gift card and I was buying other things with the gift card. And so yeah, I got the Manson Murders true story. I feel like this is a must read for true crime people. That's what I bought. Then I bought the Song of Solomon by Toni Morrison. I've read 2 Toni Morrisons. I own The Bluest Eye and now this one, and I do really want to get to them because I have loved Beloved Anna Mercy, and I just have a feeling I'm gonna love her others as well. So I picked up another one because this and like I think maybe The Starless Sea were buy one get one half off. So I had to. I was getting a deal. I think everything that's left is a book of the month. So this is The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Dalila Harris. I've heard mixed things about this actually, but it was pushed really heavily in every bookstore that I would go into. So I did end up buying it as my add-on for book of the month. Oh no, I messed up the little 26-year-old editorial. I don't know what it's about, but to be honest, I don't really want to know. I would just like to be surprised. A lot of the book of the months I don't read that heavily into. I just kind of look at buzzwords that they give and maybe like a quick review, but usually I like to go in blind, and this is one of those. Another one that I've heard pretty good things about, this is The Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Boulley, and it's one of those books that I wasn't interested in until I heard some people talk about it, and then I was like, wait, that's what that is? So have I forgotten completely what it is? Yes. Do I love this cover? Yes. The Hunting Wives by May Cobb. I might have already hauled this, I don't know. Domestic thriller. Love that. So had to buy it. A book that I need to read this month, Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I don't know why I haven't read this yet because I was so excited for this. And now it's just like sitting there, taunting me. I don't know. I don't know what it's about. I know it has cameos from her other 2 big novels. So I'm really hoping to love this. It's going up there. Then we have Velvet Was the Night by Sylvia Marina Garcia. I know very little about this. This was just another one that I was very drawn to. I was like, I don't know why, but obviously I own Mexican Gothic. I have not read Mexican Gothic because I'm an idiot, can't read the books she buys. But this was just one that I was like, I feel like I'm gonna like that, and we'll see. Then we have 56 Days by Catherine Ryan Howard. I believe this is a pandemic thriller, which yeah, COVID-19. It's when I bought this, I think, I don't know, I thought was like, oh, that's timely and fun. And now I'm like, do I really want to relive this so soon with like a twist, a fun little twist? We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. We have Cast, The Origins of Our Discontents by Isabel Wilkerson. This was one that I've just found really intriguing ever since it came out, and I don't know, it's one of those nonfictions that I think a lot of people need to read, so myself included. I was gonna read it on audio, but there's just something about books like this that I do want to read in physical form sometimes, so we'll check that one out. Here's one that I really don't even know what this is. This is The Imposter Syndrome by Kathy Wang. And it was pitched by Book of the Month in such a way that I was like, oh, cool, kind of like feminist stuff. But I really am not sure. I've read a lot of reviews where people are like, what the hell is this? And it's very like techie, and some people have said it's confusing, so what did I buy? I don't know. The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. I'm gonna be honest, I bought this because it's pretty. And I knew some people were talking about it, and it felt really witchy. So yeah, A Forgotten History, A Secret Network of Women, A Legacy of Poison and Revenge. Hell yeah, I'm so down. So hopefully I get to this soon. Hopefully I get to any of these soon, to be honest. Sherry Lapena, Not a Happy Family, obviously. Thriller, Sherry Lapena, Book of the Month. Came Home with Me. When the Stars Go Dark by Paula McLain. I don't remember at all. Season Missing, yeah, like this is a detective story, which I don't usually vibe with, but I am intrigued to remember why I bought this, because I tend to make I don't like randomly pick my book of the months. I tend to go through and see the buzzwords, look at the Goodreads, stuff like that. So it's just been a while for most of these, but I tend to not impulse buy books of the month, so I'm hoping I'll like all of these. Next up we have Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. I heard this compared to Circe, which is one of my favorite books, so I had to pick it up. Have I read Song of Achilles yet? No. Have I bought more stuff? Yes. The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I really liked The Silent Patient. You know, polarizing opinions, but I have heard that the people who liked The Silent Patient didn't really like this and vice versa. We'll see how I feel. I feel like I don't have like expectations out of Alex Michaelides. I feel mostly like I was going into my thrillers at that point really like blindly and I don't want to say I wasn't guessing, but I was guessing very naively. So his twist caught me off guard like crazy. So we'll see how I feel now. Like I'm gonna read it again. We'll see how I feel about The Maidens. Then we have The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. Right before I stopped working for the library, the amount of people who came in looking for this was crazy. So I am happy that I own this because the holds list when I left was extremely long. I know it's about a woman whose husband goes missing and she needs to protect his daughter that he left behind. I don't know. I have heard like a lot of people talking about this, so I'm intrigued. I feel like the last thing he's told me or the last thing he said and stuff like that is like a common theme running through here. Another one I will hopefully be reading this month is Alex Feeney's Rock, Paper, Scissors. I don't know what this is about. I don't want to know what this is about. I love the cover so much. If it's about like murder in the snow, I'm so down. So I should find out this month, hopefully. And last up, we have Lisa Jewell, The Night She Disappeared. I've not read a Lisa Jewell before. Do I own half of what she's written? Yes. But I have not read one, so maybe this will be my first one. I do like this cover. I think it's fun. I don't know what it's about, but those are all of the books that I've hauled over the last few months. I'm sorry that I did not give you good summaries on like any of them, but check out my wrap-ups and other videos like that to see how I feel, because most of the time when I go into reading, I don't want to know what a book is about. Like ever. Let me know the most recent book that you have bought. I would really like to know. But thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all the normal stuff, and I will see you guys again really soon. Bye.